thanks for your comment. No shade, because I ate meat my whole life. A meal wasn't a meal without meat. That was what I was like. I have been a meat eater and I've also been a vegan, and so I can compare the difference because I've actually experienced it. The reason why you feel powered up after eating a steak or eating meat is because the animal, before it gets killed, it has a rush of hormones of like adrenaline. When you eat that steak, that adrenaline, those hormones are in that meat and it pumps you up, it fills you with adrenaline. It's actually known as adrenochrome. Basically blood or meat that's filled with adrenaline. It makes you feel good and pumped up. However, it's got negative side effects. Adrenaline in your body in general, it's quite toxic. It can cause quite a stress to the body, and so long-term effects is no good. And obviously eating the consciousness and the energy of fear and death and anxiety and anger and all the other stored up, pent up emotions and hormones that the animal might have had, it's not good for your system. Animals are often pumped with pharmaceuticals. They'll have painkillers or steroids and stuff like that, and so again you feel pumped up because you're eating the steroids that's in the animal system, and so it does initially feel potentially good if that's what you're used to eating. The reason why you won't feel good eating a salad is because your body is so used to eating meat that your colon won't be cleansed. It won't be absorbing the nutrients it needs from the salads, and so your body won't be feeling good after a salad because it's not what it's used to. When I first went raw, which means raw vegan, I was vegan for a while, for a few years, but when I first went raw, I physically threw up after my first raw meal because my body wasn't used to it, and I was actually unwell for the first 2 weeks. My body was going through a healing crisis. It was basically allowed the opportunity to actually start healing rather than kind of continuing to mask the illness and the stomach ulcer that I had and other issues that was going on when I was eating junk food or when I was eating the meat. My body was constantly trying to deal with processing those foods that it didn't have time to heal. So when I started eating raw, I needed to do a cleanse because I wasn't absorbing the nutrients and my body wasn't used to it, so it was rejecting it. But now that I've cleansed myself and I've eaten raw for a while, once you go raw, you will understand there's nothing that feels as good as eating a full salad. And you obviously have to eat more when you're eating raw than if you weren't eating raw. But eating raw food has the highest of high, and it's not coming from hormones or adrenaline or fear or anything like that or steroids. It comes from life and light. So you eat the raw fruit and vegetables, it's got the literal light of the sun in, and you're charging yourself up with the sun. There's nothing more powerful than the sun. So you want to get true power, you need to charge yourself up from the sun and eat the light and the food that comes from the sun that's solar charged.